Hello and welcome back to Botanical Bookworm. If you're new here, hi, hello, I hope you're doing well. Let's grab a drink together as we discuss moss poles. Okay, so I've been greatly intimidated by moss poles because they are made of moss. Moss dries out quickly. Well, most of them are made of moss. You can make them out of other materials too, but it's mostly moss. And it dries out quickly, and I never thought that I could maintain a moss pole the way it should, because I let my plants dry out all the time, and it didn't sound like a good idea. But one day I really pumped myself up. I'm like, you can do it, just try it, why not, just go for it, let's just see how it is. And I pulled the trigger and I bought a moss pole. What I failed to realize is the said moss pole was shipping from Sri Lanka. So I bought that moss pole on February 20 something, late February. It shipped March 1st, and the latest update I've received from the carrier is from March 13th. So I was very impatient and I didn't want to wait for that moss pole to arrive. And in the meantime, I was really interested in other types of moss poles when I discovered a self-watering moss pole. Excuse me, why does nobody talk about this? Why haven't I heard of it before? This sounds awesome. Originally, I was gonna try and make one myself, but I think it's been established here that I'm a lazy person, and it sounds fun to make it yourself, but it's like going to get the materials for me really, I don't know, I just didn't want to do it. So I supported an Etsy shop and bought self-watering moss poles. I bought a 24-inch. Again, I have issues with measurements because I have a ruler. I could see how big 24 inches is, and then still yet though, when it arrived and I opened it, I'm like, oh my god, that's huge. I have issues. But anyway, it was shipped and wrapped in this plastic wrap. We are going to unwrap it. You probably can't tell, but I also have my beer in my And That's Why We Drink wine glass. They're a true crime and paranormal podcast, and I love them. I'm obsessed. So I'm just gonna get my potting mat because this moss is not moist because it just came out of the box. So it's probably going to get everywhere. And I don't want it to get everywhere. I will spill my beer. Okay, so the link will be in the description below. Let me bring my handy notes over here. I bought this moss pole from Sea Stars Shop, and they have like a combination of like home decor and arts and crafts. They started their Etsy shop in 2015. They have 102 sales, 27 reviews with 5 stars. Now, all of that necessarily isn't for the moss poles, for their other items too, but I thought, just give them a chance. Why not? The only thing so far, first glances that I can see, is that they gave me the caps for the bottom of this PVC pipe separately. And I'm not sure yet how I feel about it, because when I was watching YouTube tutorials and directions online of how to make your own, a lot of people did suggest gluing the cap to the bottom because they have experienced leakage. Alright, there was a brief intermission because my video stopped recording and I had to fix it. So, I was kind of explaining how moss poles, self-watering moss poles work. I'm just going to do it again because I forgot where I left off. Moss poles. For self-watering moss poles, there is a PVC pipe in the middle with a wicking cord running all the way through that moss pole, which you can see and kind of coming out the bottom. So, usually this cap would already be on. Again, I'm not sure why it wasn't on already, but the cap usually would be on, you know, holding everything in, and all you do is you put water in here, and that wicking cord is going to wick that water and moisten this whole pole. It's supposed to last for 2 to 3 weeks. This is my first time, so I'm not sure, but that's what the description said in the shop, that it should last about 2 to 3 weeks. So I'm excited because I really truly believe that some of my plants would benefit from a moss pole. And this is why. changed my camera view and now you can't see what I'm doing down here. All right, you're backed up so you can kind of see. I'm not sure if I have glue that maybe I can glue it myself, but we'll just see how it is. And with that second one, I can always adjust with the second one. I don't think I'm going to do anything with that second one just yet. Maybe I should start from the bottom. Let's not spill the beer almost again. So again, this is my very first moss pole ever. A couple of things. There are zip ties closing this netting together. This is probably just a personal preference, but I wish they would have done one more in the middle between each. I just think it's kind of bulging and not as like secure and tight. I don't know if usually there is something like at the bottom, because if, I don't know if you can tell, but some moss is coming out from the bottom and it's due to like nothing really being right there. I don't know if something's usually there, or maybe like you put it in the pot and the soil stops it. I'm not sure. But yeah, it is like moss is coming out because it's dry and not moist. That's one. To read the little card instructions. Install with cap side down. Check to see if the cap is securely tight before installing. Keep cotton rope tucked into the PVC pipe. Keep PVC pipe filled for the first couple of days or until the moss pole is saturated. Alternatively, you can also pre-moisten this so it's already moist when you plant up your plant. And in the description of this, it did say this was LECA friendly, so that's a plus. I'm not gonna try it in LECA. That's just too many new things at once. We're just gonna try it with good old dirt. Why do I keep on saying dirt? It's soil. I know it's called soil, but it's also dirt. Okay, I put the cap on, and it does seem like I did do that. So that's another thing, like it really seems to move around a lot in here. I wonder if there's a way to like secure that more, or if that'll be done once it's actually like in buddy with the plant. I'm not sure, but this seems like it's on pretty tight, so I'm not going to glue it this time. Again, if there are problems, I'm not going to use the second one right away. I can fix it on the second one. So now you can't see, but a lot of moss fell. So I'm glad I got my potting mat. Okay, so now all that's left to do is pick a plant and see how this goes. I'm nervous, I'm excited, lots of feelings. Okay, I actually kind of prepared this time and brought what I think I need this time instead of just like pausing and walking. Anyway, I think I got everything I need. I chose to try this moss pole on my Monstera Adansonii wide leaf because right now it's just on this, these are skewers for like your grill that I taped together, and that's what it's climbing up right now. It's doing great. I mean, it's pushed out so many new leaves, and there's one back here. I am kind of far from the camera to allow to see everything, but there is a new leaf, so I just think that I just hope that it'll do really well on a moss pole. I am sizing up quite a bit. I'm going up 2 pot sizes, and the pot is quite a bit deeper, but I want to make sure that this moss pole, because it is quite hefty, is going to be secure and it's not going to topple over or like hurt my plants or anything. So I hope it likes it. I hope it's going to be okay. We shall see. Ugh. Got so much moss. Okay, let's take it off of the sticks, because that's all they are. It's just a bunch of sticks tape together. Gently, gently. Okay, I was like, I see no roots. Where are the roots? Why are there no roots? I see them now, finally. Okay. I am actually just gonna add the moss that fell out of the pole to the soil because you can do that. I mean, moss just retains water, so be mindful of that if you do that. But okay, let's just gently lay down the plant. Oh, this is so stressful. I know it's just me, like I stress myself out about it. But it's just a big change. I just want to make sure the plant's going to be okay because it was okay just growing up this DIY whatever. It was okay just growing up sticks. So like I'm nervous to take it out of that environment to put it in a new environment. But hopefully it's all going to work out. Let's put out those, let's be positive. Again, I'm just being a weirdo and smelling the soil, as I like to do. What am I reaching for? I'm reaching for the pole. Okay. Maybe I should have put, okay, yes. I'm gonna start over. I don't know if this is how you're supposed to do it, but I'm putting the pole all the way. It's touching, no dirt's in there, no soil's in there. It's touching the very bottom of the nursery pot, and now I'm gonna plant it. That makes sense. That makes sense. Okay. Let's get some more soil over here. Fill it in a little bit more. Okay. Let's put the plant in there. And then when you're putting the plant on there, you know, just be mindful of where you want it to attach. So I think, yeah, this direction is good to have it attached to it. I'm thinking I might have potted it in too shallow, or too deep, I should say, that I should have added a little bit more soil before plopping the plant in, but we'll just see how it goes. Oh man, I might need to pause because I guess I didn't give myself enough soil. I thought I did. Maybe it'll be enough. We'll see. We'll see. I think we'll have enough. I think it's going to be okay. Yay. I don't want to have to pause till we get more, even though it's right over there. Okay. Oh, I'm dusty, so now I got itch on my nose. Woo! Everything's fine. Everything's fine. Okay, so this is what it looks like so far. The plant is not attached yet. So I've seen people attach their plants to the pole in a lot of different ways. Bobby pins or pins I've seen, and also this plant tape. I have heard that using bobby pins or pins of any sort is not the best way because it really pinches your plant. It does something. So I'm going to use my Velcro strips, which I did not bring over here, because of course I didn't. So please be okay while I go get them. Ooh. Just makes me so nervous that it's just like hanging like that. Okay, got the tape. Okay, sip. Okay, so let's just measure. Did I bring scissors? Okay, good. Okay, so I measured, and I'm going just to do one more this size. Okay, So now I have two that I can attach the plant. Okay, so this first one, oh no, they're stuck together. This first one I'm going to do at the bottommost part of the plant to stabilize. Okay. And then I'm just gonna be careful with the leaves. And then where else should I put it? Let's go in this mid upper spot. I actually cut it really close. I should have done a little bit more overlap. It's like an inch of overlap, and that doesn't install much confidence in myself for how sturdy this is attached. There you go. I feel a little bit more confident about that. Very wiggly, very wiggly. Let's just add a little bit more soil here, just for my peace of mind. Okay. I think this is my reaction every time I do something. I'm like, okay, it's fine. Everything's fine. Okay, this is how it looks. I think it looks really good. I think it's a good size for this. Again, I'm kind of concerned that I didn't cut enough Velcro because there is like just like an inch of overlap, which makes me a little nervous. So we'll see how it does. I don't know if I should put more tape. Like, do I want to put the tape and like press it against it where I want the air? That makes sense. You press it against the moss where you want the aerial roots to grow. Okay. Adding more tape and giving us a little bit more room. Okay. So another spot. Oh yeah, this has a little bit more overlap for a tighter, more secure binding. All right, I'm gonna leave it. Now all there's left to do is put water in it. Duh. Okay. Okay, I got some water. This is just water from my refrigerator, so it is filtered. I didn't want to use rainwater in here because I think that'll be kind of a waste of the rainwater I store, but I also didn't want to use tap because tap does have more crap in it. So we'll see how this works. I can hardly even see the top of this. So I think my criticism of it moving a lot is pretty valid because I want accessories for my plant that are going to help my plant grow and thrive, but at the same time, I want it to be aesthetically pleasing to myself. And since this is not very secure, again, I don't even know how you would make it more secure, but the PVC pipe keeps like popping out, and I don't really like the look of that, but I'll just get over it. I'll get over it. So now I'm filling up the top. It is a little difficult to see like how far I filled it because the rope is very nicely in there. Maybe if I'll add a little more, we'll see. And I guess we can test this way too if there is leakage because the water will be coming out the bottom. Okay, no water is coming out the bottom so far, good sign. But yeah, now you can see it, like it just pops up there. Not a huge fan of that. I just wish it would have been zip tied together a lot more. I just think it's a little loose, so I might go back and I might do that with the second one. But I'm actually really happy with how this turned out. I hope it works. I hope there'll be no leakage. I hope my plant will be happy. I'm sure I'll come back and show you guys how it's doing, but I hope it's gonna thrive. So as always, thank you so much for joining me. I hope you have a great rest of your day. Cheers. Hey everyone, I wanted to pop on real fast because it's about 2 weeks since I put my Adansonii, my Monstera Adansonii on this moss pole, and I haven't edited, well, I haven't, my husband hasn't edited the video yet. So I just wanted to provide a update because it's been 2 weeks. I kind of have a feel for the moss pole, and I'm sorry to say I do not like it. Ooh, I'm sorry. So this is the cart I have it on, and it just takes up so much room. Like, it's so bulky. I have seen skinnier moss poles, so maybe that is something that I would prefer in the future. However, I bought a self-watering moss pole. So the idea is there is a PVC pipe in the middle with wicking cords that wrap around the outside of the PVC pipe. You pour the water in the PVC pipe, the wicking cords wick up the water, and it moisturizes the moss pole for you. Upon reading the directions, you could either keep this reservoir filled all the way to the top for like a week, or you could spray it down before you used it. And I have to say, I would highly recommend spraying it down before you use it, because I have kept this like filled every day for almost 2 weeks, and this does not feel moist at all. I also suspect that it might be leaking from the bottom. I don't know if you remember, but I was kind of scared that that might happen because other tutorials that I saw on YouTube and other like blogs I read about how to make one, they highly suggested that you glue the end cap onto the PVC pipe because there could be some leakage, and I do think there is some leakage because, again, it's been 2 weeks. I know I potted this in a larger pot, but the soil is still so moist to the point where I'm scared of even like going to water it, like the moss pole, because I don't want my Adansonii to get root rot. So if you remember, I bought 2 of these. I'm pretty sure I am going to take apart the second one and just kind of see like the mechanics, maybe like tweak it up a little bit, maybe make it a little thinner if I can. And if this soil situation here does not dry out more within the next couple of days, I am gonna unpot it, which I don't want to do because I already like moved it around so much. I don't want to mess with it too much, but I also don't want water leaking out of the bottom of this, so I'm gonna go see if that happens. So, not a good update, unfortunately. Maybe trellises are just my thing, but you know, I tried. You gotta try it to know that you don't like it, so I'm not gonna say it's a fail. I let my newest foster kitty out because it's been 2 weeks quarantine, and she's a kitten. So I don't know if you know about kittens, but they're crazy. They're crazy. So I have to watch her because she already knocked over one of my plants, and I had to repot it during lunch. Anyway, not the greatest of updates, but I hope I can fix it with the next one. Stay tuned for that. I might film it. I don't know, but I don't have a drink. I hope you all are doing well. See you later. Cheers. Hi, I'm back. Impromptu update number 2. So it's Friday night. I wanted to do some planty things, and I decided to check on my Monstera Adansonii because my gut was just telling me to. And yeah, the moss pole was leaking water, and my soil is soaked. Also, my soil smells like farts. Has anybody experienced that before? I thought one of my dogs just farted, but it just smells like farts, and I'm pretty sure it's the soil. It's very weird. So yeah, if you do a self-watering moss pole, definitely glue the bottom cap on. Yeah, like this cap here, I did not glue on, and it had soil compacted all around it, and it was soaking because it was leaking. So I will definitely get some glue to glue it on for next time and probably test it. Also, I spilled water everywhere here because I totally forgot that this still had water in it, and I laid it down like this, actually like this, and those are all the paper towels I used because water got everywhere. Say hi, Darcy. I cannot find where I put my original stick that I had the Ansonia on. I hope I didn't throw it out. It doesn't sound like me. I don't know. But I just got a stick from outside that I'm gonna attach the plant to and put it in a smaller pot because I couldn't find it. So yeah, not the best experience with the self-watering moss pools, but at least I tried it. Again, I think I'm gonna try and like tweak it and take it apart and see how it's working and maybe enhance it. But for now, yeah. Oh, I also got a mango and black tea, sparkling water, and it's delicious. So on that note, have a great night. I hope your self-watering moss pools and your moss pools work better for you. Cheers. It's delicious.